Hey friends, you know what time it is. But today, we're shaking things up a bit. The sun is out, the sky is blue, and it's the perfect day for a little change of scenery. So I hope you've got your permission slips, grab your bags, slap on some sunscreen, and come join me outside for this fortnight's edition of Life Lately. So personally, I think this is a lot nicer. I am still ill this week though, so we're gonna have to work with that. Now, in theory, this should be recording from my headphones, so I will test that out in a minute and probably get a better shot of myself that doesn't look quite so paint me like one of your French girls. Okay, I think that works a lot better. I did just film the whole thing and check back, and the sun was blinding. So I think this works a lot better. We are outside enjoying the lovely sunshine while still being in the shade because we are Irish skinned, and Irish skin and sunlight are not a great mix actually. Have a drink. So I was a little bit lax on my craft projects over the last fortnight. Once again, still planning for my larger projects, which I think I did outline in the bit that I just filmed, so I might throw a few little teasers in here. There may be a friend in the background. I will be getting a parasol because Irish skin and sunlight is not going to happen. So it's going to be just a plain, I think it's coming in ivory. But what I'm going to do is either tie-dye it properly or attempt to paint it to look like tie-dye. I'm very not a plain person, as you can tell. But I think that that's going to be so much fun, and especially we have Pride season coming up, and the plans for Pride in the city have gone a little bit skew-if. They did not secure the funding that they were hoping to, so the official Pride event is been vetoed. However, I think that means that there's going to be like 4 or 5 different fringe events on around the city, including a picnic during the daytime. And I think that I am definitely going to need something to cover myself from the sunlight in the summer, because I think it's in the beginning of June. And yeah, Irish skin is not middle of June sunshine. However, one thing that I did complete was my desk caddy, and small, off-the-wall, unplanned project came through super well actually. I really enjoyed it, and I did get a comment from someone suggesting that I used a offcut of felt or velvet for the underside of that, and I think that that is such a great idea. So I'm going to actually, after this, head into town. The haberdashery near me has these A4 felt sheets, and I think that's actually going to be perfect. So yeah, what I'm going to do is go and grab one of those. Now I think once I attach the felt to the bottom, that's definitely like the icing on the cake, and I can call that done. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. I'm using it all the time. It's once again keeping colour in my space, and that's great. Having a cold in the summer is not great. You can hear how bunged up I am. However, vitamin D is curing me. Yeah, this past fortnight, how can you blame me? I've been spending more time outside in the gorgeous place that I live, which just looks and feels so much happier and sunnier. The wind is picking up, so the audio quality may be getting a little bit rough. There is a bug. Go away, bug. So yeah, much like today, I've brought my blanket. Sorry, just jolted you. I've brought my blanket out with me. I've got my book, currently reading Lord Loss by Darren Shan. Absolutely adore the Demonata. Sorry, I've just clonked you again. Absolutely love the Demonata series. I've got my drink, I've got my phone, I've got the sunshine. It is a gorgeous day, and how can you blame me? What else have I been up to? Really not that much, how can I? Oh, I will stitch in, there was a small video that I filmed earlier in the week, and I'll let it explain itself. This isn't even part of the official vlog. This is a complete aside. First of all, I've been really sick this week, so I've had a cold and a cough, and that's really sucked. Case in point. It is only 1 PM and I have already had 3 dreadful things happen to me today. So I wanted to go shopping, the weather was gorgeous, and I went to put my trainers on to leave the house, and I pulled my laces tight, and one of them just snapped and came off in my hand. And these are the trainers, they're like my everyday super comfy trainers, so okay, fine. So I wore a pair of heeled boots, which looked great, were not comfortable, but they were gonna get me to the shop to get some shoelaces and back. And then they broke. Both of them did this while I was out in the middle of town, so that's just great. What I will do quickly is show you just a little hack that I used to get home in this situation. Give me a second and I will give you a demonstration. Undo the laces. I'm just gonna shout because I don't know if you can hear me. Undo the laces, and then I tied them underneath and back up again, like this, just to keep the heel on. So that was 2. And then I know these things come in 3s, and I found a gorgeous wreath for the door. That was going to be one of my making my home whimsical projects for this week. And it is snapped. Like it is only thin plywood. And it was in a carrier bag, and I put something else into the carrier bag, and it just snapped. So that's my 3 bad things for the day. And I'm still going to do the wreath. It just means that step 1 is now going to be glue the wreath back together. But yeah, this is not officially supposed to be part of the vlog segment at all. I just absolutely needed to vent on this while it happens. Holding my microphone in a very, very weird way. Which again is still in handheld mode, but we're working on it, we are working on it. With that being said, let's cut to other vlog me. So while I am positively happy and sunny right now, it definitely hasn't been that way the whole fortnight. Oh no. I was about to say, if I move out the way, there is a wedding photo shoot going on behind me, but I've just checked the scene and the bride does not appear very happy, so we're not going to show that. It is a gorgeous day for a bridal photo shoot, however, and I wish her all the best. I'm not sure that the bridal photo shoot that I said was a bridal photo shoot is one. You may just be able to see it over here. They've actually got a boom mic and stuff, so I think they might be filming something like properly. Which would make sense as to why the bride is crying if it's for like a movie or something. Let's see if I can... They've got a whole little setup going on over there, but yeah, I just... The one time I look around, they're filming like an emotional moment, I'm like, oh no, oh god. But yeah, just before I forget, I think you can just about see the boom mic there. I think they are filming something and not just taking a photo shoot. But I do like this. This feels a lot more like hanging out in a weird parasocial way, I guess. Catching up on my life on a picnic. Another thing, I will get some B-roll footage to put on my legs here I did find it was a pair of curtains in a charity shop. I am shopping for a pair of curtains for an upcoming project, but I did see these, and while I did think about using them for the craft project, my Instagram reels have been absolutely full of people making their own gowns and ball gowns and couture stuff, and I really just think that these curtains would make an absolutely gorgeous gown. So, having no experience in making garments from scratch particularly, I'm going to plan and do something with them, because look at the fabric, it just looks phenomenal. Oh, there's a bumblebee over there as well. The magpies and the cherry blossoms are out. I'm just going to have to get so much more B-roll to put over the top of this, because I am in love with the weather right now. It's not too warm, there isn't a heat wave, there's still a nice breeze to keep things manageable, but overall the flowers are coming out, the animals are coming out again, and how can anyone complain at that? Oh, I love where I live. Isn't this just perfect? And I mean, it may be very visible, but I am still not very comfortable filming outside. And another thing that I wanted to do is find some daisies and press some daisies. I did not come prepared for this, but I have just seen 3 of the most chunky daisies. There are chunk daisies, so Lord Lost by Darren Shan is getting sacrificed to make some fresh pressed flowers. I had hoped to sit somewhere with a bit more daisy coverage, because I am still so happy when I make a daisy chain and I wear like a flower crown of daisies. There we go, so I'm just going to trim off all of the stalks, just so it's down to the little stub, and just place it in the pages. Normally I would put tissue paper or kitchen roll in the pages, but I did not come prepared today, so we are old schooling it. And just placing them in there, and then I will probably sit on the book for a little bit just to get them flat, and then when I get home I will transfer them to, I've got a book, one of my sketchbooks that I'm using to press a rose at the moment as well. Originally I wanted to press some of the daisies to add to the pegs so I could have some like real pressed flowers. There we go, my daisies. Just gonna I'm sure the Victorians had a much more sophisticated, delicate clamping process, but my caboose could do the job just as well. I actually am really enjoying this. I really am enjoying filming outside. It's just, I'm already quite full of joy when I film as it is, but this is a whole new level of joy. And I've got 2 lovely crows that are looking at me as well, and they're gorgeous, and one of them's got something in their beaks. Oh, let me just... Oh, look at him. Oh, he's so close. I wish I had something to feed you, darling, but I don't. But I will turn around and film you more. Obsessed. Right, back to me again. Sorry, I'll stop getting distracted. This is the thing, because I don't have masses to talk about today, I'm just sort of being very stimulated by my environment. Simple pleasures, honestly, the simplest of pleasures. But what I think I'm going to do is stop dissociating and wrap things up here. In fact, no, what I'm going to do is wrap things up when I get back, once that I've checked I've got everything that I wanted to today. So I hope you've enjoyed your mini trip outside with me to catch up, and we are going to cut back to in the studio hyperfixie, so let's do that. And we are back. We did get very cold. Once I wrapped up filming, I spent a couple of hours just sitting and reading my book in the sun, but as the sun moved around, it was starting to get a lot windier and quite cold. So we are home, we are under our blanket, and on the way back I was walking past a lot of the nice little cafes, some of the restaurants that were open for lunch, and I was like, ooh, maybe I'll spoil myself and get myself like some Italian or something. And instead I got myself the largest Domino's. So I'm going to be enjoying that in a second. I just wanted to wrap the vlog up. Little bit of change of scope, little bit of a different way of filming, but I think that especially with the weather being as nice as it is, and depending on how easy the audio is to improve, I think it may be an effective way to vlog in the future, so there is also that. No idea how long this video is, no idea how much rambling I'm going to be doing, but once again, that is the point of life lately. This is my personal diary of what I've been up to over the last couple of weeks, and yeah, that's pretty much been it. With that being said, if you enjoyed watching this, hit like. If you want to stick around, hit subscribe. And I will see you all very, very soon. Bye!